The Line Megacity, which is the flagship development for Saudi Arabia's Neom project, was billed as a linear city of the future, an ambitious centerpiece of the economic plan, backed by Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to transition Saudi Arabia away from oil dependency. Now, however, plans for the mirror-clad desert metropolis have been scaled down, and the project, which was envisioned to stretch 105 miles, is expected to reach just 1.5 miles, a 98% reduction in its planned length. So, what is going on with the project, and why is Saudi Arabia downgrading their most awaited development? Let's find out. Don't forget to click on that subscribe button and like this video, as it's the best way to support this channel. The line, which was originally announced in 2021, would link the Red Sea coast with the northwest of Saudi Arabia and is the most well-known of the Neom projects, which will cover 26,500 square kilometers in northwestern Saudi Arabia in total. Dreamed up as a linear city that would eventually be home to about 9 million people on a footprint of just 13 square miles, the line is part of a wider Neom project. Construction has begun on the building, with a video released earlier this year showing extensive foundation work taking place on the site. Officials have long said the line would be built in stages, and they expect it to ultimately cover a 170-kilometer stretch of desert along the coast. Ambitions for the line have captured the attention of city planners and architects from around the world. Renderings have shown a city that's longer than the distance between New York and Philadelphia, and is all contained within mirrored structures that would be taller than the Empire State Building. A high-speed rail similar to the Hyperloop will connect sections of the line, allowing people to travel from one end of the city to the other in just 20 minutes. The city will run entirely on renewable energy with the aid of artificial intelligence, with no roads, cars, or carbon emissions, making it a fully sustainable city. As of today, the city exists only on a website and a press announcement made by the Saudi Crown Prince. Despite the flashy announcement, many design experts believe that the technology for such a city doesn't exist yet. In a predictable turn of events, Bloomberg recently revealed that the Line Megacity will allegedly house fewer than 300,000 people by 2030, down from an original goal of 1.5 million. Not just that, only 2.4 kilometers of the line's total 170 kilometers is now expected to be completed by 2030. Bloomberg has also revealed that at least one of the line's contractors has begun dismissing some of the workers it employs on the site. According to a Bloomberg report in 2022, who interviewed 25 employees and saw 2,700 pages of internal documents, the project has been plagued by setbacks. Several key staff have quit, blaming a toxic work environment and a culture of massive overspending without seeing results. Bloomberg has previously reported that the Wealth Fund is trying to find new cash sources to help finance the project. The scaling back of the line comes as the overall Neom budget for 2024 has yet to be approved by Saudi Arabia's Sovereign Wealth Fund amid declining cash reserves. The Sovereign Wealth Fund's cash reserves dropped to $15 billion as of September 2023, the lowest level since 2020, the earliest year for which data is available. In 2022, Crown Prince Mohammed said the first phase of Neom was expected to cost $320 billion by 2030, and half of that is expected to come from the Sovereign Fund. Neom's vast expenditure has started to concern Saudi officials as well, suggesting Saudi Arabia's immense wealth isn't quite so endless after all. It shows that the financial realities of the trillions of dollars of investment are starting to cause concern at the highest levels of the Saudi government as it tries to fulfill its ambitious Vision 2030 program, the overarching initiative tasked with diversifying the kingdom's economy. Already, officials have said that some of the projects outlined in that program will be delayed past 2030. Some reports claim that the Line Megacity may not be completed until 2050, which will likely increase costs significantly. It is predicted that the entire project, including the line, will cost the kingdom $1 trillion. The feasibility of Neom and the line has also long been called into question. After all, Neom as a whole remains as one of the largest and most difficult construction projects in history. Analysts have long expressed skepticism over the project, which has touted technology that is yet to be invented. A number of the line's key features, particularly those related to energy and transport, are based on technologies that do not exist even in prototype form. For instance, it is unclear if the technology for the line's transit system exists yet. Traveling 100 miles in 20 minutes would require a speed of 318 miles per hour, which outperforms existing high-speed rail by a long shot. Eurostar trains in Europe travel at about 199 miles per hour, and some of China's high-speed rail trains reach speeds of 236 miles per hour. Theoretically, the Hyperloop technology being developed by Elon Musk could manage the journey, but even that technology is still at least a decade away from use. The line Megacity has attracted criticism for various other reasons. Behind all the innovation, some see this project as the most expensive publicity stunt in history, which is meant to distract the world from the harsh truth. While the dominant narrative is that Neom is being built on untouched land, the area is actually part of the Red Sea coastline, which has long been one of Saudi Arabia's most neglected territories. There are indeed several towns that exist there that are home to 20,000 people who are part of a nomadic tribe known as the Huaytat. In April 2020, the Saudi government planned to take over the land of the Huaytat people, who have been farming in this province for several generations. One of the members who refused to hand over his ancestral land was eventually killed by the police, and soon after, his death sparked a wave of criticism from human rights defenders. It was further reported that 3 more members of the tribe arrested for protesting against their forced eviction have been sentenced to death. While the forceful removal of indigenous people may seem like a huge roadblock, it is just the tip of the iceberg. Saudi Arabia's desert climate is characterized by one factor in particular: extreme heat. To counter that, the mirrors on the outside of the skyscrapers will reflect it away from the buildings inside the line. This could create all sorts of consequences, given how enormous they would need to be. Areas where the sun is reflected off the mirrors would double in heat, and any objects in the vicinity would possibly melt. Also, environmental planning experts criticize the project as they believe that the very size and length of the mirror line will disrupt the routes of migratory birds. Not just that, several wild animals will be displaced, and dynamics of groundwater flow will be affected. Considering the line's enormous size, it would be impossible to build a 500-meter-tall building out of low-carbon materials, and construction of the line would require a phenomenal quantity of steel, glass, and concrete. Despite the line being free of greenhouse gas emissions and operating on 100% renewable resources, its construction would produce more than 1.8 billion tons of carbon dioxide. This would counteract much of the proposed green initiatives. The line Megacity is just one megaproject making headlines for Neom. Neom's plans include several other regions, including Oxagon, a floating industrial port city, and Trojena, a mountain region with a ski resort set to host the Asian Winter Games in 2029. Work also continues on Sandala, an island in the Red Sea that's transforming into a luxury tourist destination which is due to open this year. For a long time, Neom comprised of these 4 main regions. Then, like a domino effect in development, Neom sparked local and global excitement in the last few months following the revelation of several new futuristic destinations in its pipeline. These new developments include Lija, a trio of luxury hotels nestled within a valley with 400-meter-high rocky walls; Epicon, a destination that features 2 jagged interconnected steel-clad skyscrapers; Sarana, a hexagonal pillar-shaped hotel carved into a mountainside; Otamo, an innovative space for various entertainment experiences; Norlana, a coastal yachting town with a 120-berth marina; Aquelum, an ultra-luxury upside-down skyscraper wrapped around an underwater open square; Zardan, a trio of luxury hotels surrounded by a wildlife park; Zainer, a luxury beach club set within a valley; Elenin, a luxurious wellness retreat; and Ghidori, a residential golf community. Neom is another Neom project announced last month. It is an elevated luxury resort, stretching over a desert lagoon, with a nearly half-a-kilometer-long swimming pool on its roof. As the Vision 2030 deadline approaches, Saudi Arabia keeps introducing new branches of development for Neom City with its various regions. But now it's starting to become clear that a project of this scale cannot be pulled off successfully within the given timeline. With the project being scaled back, we do not know whether the line will still feature its twin skyscrapers seen in the concept images, or if the whole project will have to be reconsidered altogether. The chaotic trajectory of Neom so far suggests that this urban dream will never become a reality. Despite this, it is surely interesting to see how Neom has been adding new projects to their pipeline. We look forward to bringing you more updates in the near future. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.